Okay, I'm doing a brief finish up on this. I am still bothered with this area right here. It concaves in too much, and you can see when looking at the horse, see, it really doesn't. It's more of a stronger forward shape here. So I'm going to try to lift a little bit with the magic eraser. And the thing is that when you use this, it wears down very rapidly. So even if you have a nice corner to work with, by the time you do much of anything, you don't have a corner there anymore. But I'm going to try to just move it right along here, just ever so slightly. Let's see if we can make this happen. This should lift more successfully than my lifting brush. Okay, maybe we've got it. I think so. I think that's enough. I've got more black in here rather than brown, but that's just going to be a difference in local color. Okay, I think we've got a little more shape in there. We'll maybe take off just a tiny bit more. And possibly put in just a little bit of gold. Let's see what this does to it. Yeah, that feels better. So this has been an awfully tight painting. I've been a little disappointed in myself over it, but I'm sort of learning horse faces too. So we need a little more shape over here. And you know what? I think we could use a little bit of blue into all of this. The mane, whoops, miss the little guy's ear, and please remember to miss the little guy's ear. Okay, all of this area and over the white spot. I've got some water on here, but I don't have a tremendous amount. Let's see what happens. I've got that mane too light to go with this. So, and maybe we just want a hint of blue down through here. We don't want it to look blue. We want it to look just, maybe just bluish gray. See, I'm just pulling a little of that up. And I've got a little bit more of the shadow from the mane coming down in here. I'm probably putting a little more in than is in the picture. Oh, and this little divide in the forehead is actually making a tiny little shadow right there. Okay, something like that. I think I'll leave that. So then on the halter, my only real suggestion is that I am using a slightly different color combination to get a little different feel to the halter so it doesn't blend in too much with the horses. So what I'm using is I am using our same Quin Burnt Scarlet. I've already got some mixed here. Let's mix a little more though. Quin Burnt Scarlet. I should have pre-wet these, but you're going to be good and pre-wet yours. Ha ha ha. So, and some ultramarine. I think a little more red. Let's see what this does. So we'll thin it down quite a bit. And I was putting it on over here. I'm really disappointed in the job I did of masking too. I hope you did better than I did. I think I would prefer a round brush here. That'll do. As you can see, I already tested my color over here earlier. So, of course, this is on dry paper. And you can see as you come across the horses, we get grayer and grayer with this. You could do that, or you could leave this red. I know there's some people who want to put some of the stitching in there. It's really not prominent enough, I would say, to do that. But on the other hand, it makes kind of a nice design effect. So, you know, if you feel the urge to do it, then do it. Okay, so you're not going to watch me paint all of this in. What I'm going to do is show you a couple of slight variations in this, and then I'm going to go away. So, for instance, there's the halter, and there is a dark area under here that I think is actually part of the halter. All right, so we also have these little metal parts to the halter. And what I would suggest for that is just sticking with your gray. You might add a little bit more blue to your gray. Not very much, but maybe a little bit. And then some of this might have a highlight. I don't really see a highlight on that. You could make one though if you wanted it. There's, whoa, that's too dark. Okay, just blot it and add more water. There's that shape, and then there's, whoa, well, I didn't get that shape very done very accurately. Oh, I know what that was. That was a shadow there. Well, do whatever works. So maybe I'll leave it like that, or maybe I'd blot it and lighten it just a little bit. You can do that kind of thing. If this is dry enough, you could leave a highlight. That'll make it look more metallic. You know, something like that. On this is the part that shows. Then my other suggestion is that as you work your way across with this red, that you begin to mix it with the gray. I'm kind of inclined to want to keep that a little redder than what this is. But you could go either way with it. Let's try that out. See what that looks like. Well, I've got it too dark again. I'm going to go ahead and paint that on and just blot it. Whoops. I'm painting too fast. I'm messing up. And I'm also running into my gray, which was still wet. There. So you can see that it lost just a little bit of the reddishness. Let's see, I'm going to go someplace that isn't going to be messed up with, I think I'll put a little more red in this. It isn't going to be messed up with my, because something's already wet. So, you know, I might leave him, do him like this. You can see a little bit of a metal thing down there. I can't make a lot of sense out of it. There's a little bit of metal showing right there. And the rest of this is just halter. Oops. See, there was halter right there and I messed up. One of the reasons is that we've got, when you pull the masking up, it takes up the pencil line with it, which is actually quite nice. But on the other hand, one should go back and draw this, some of this halter detail back in a little bit before you paint it. It's going to be a lot darker down here. I can't tell what that is. I'm just going to ignore it. That pretty much finishes it up. You know, you're going to do that part, and then you have your horses, right? And it'll look something like that. I'm trying to hold it up here where they're not distorted. Oh, I know what I forgot. I forgot his little dark gray spot right there. And it's so cute. Okay, let's just pre-wet. It kind of fuzzes out, you know. It fuzzes out, you know, with little hairs going every which way because there's kind of a little cowlick in the middle of his head. And so if you just make that gray spot, if you just drop it into that water at just the right time, well, I want it to spread. I don't know if it's going to spread enough. Then the way it spreads, you know, it spreads with those little fingery things looking like some kind of growth. Well, that would be perfect here, except I didn't get it to do it. Oh, well. That's good enough. Okay, so there. Ta-da, horses. Imagine the rest of that painted, and you're done.